everybody. Welcome back to Underground Pulse, undergroundpulse.net. I am Jerica J.
I'm Chili.
And we're chilling here with Kyle from Hellyeah. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Now, it's been a little chillier than most of the stops, I'm sure. Is this the first snow that you've seen on tour?
It is, surprisingly, because we've been in Denver and in Spokane, Washington, and Boise. Mm-hmm. So we gotten pretty lucky to not see any. It hasn't even been cold until today. So yeah. It was 70 degrees in Denver, let's put it that way, which is unbelievable in February. So
I'm surprised you guys aren't getting sick from all that change.
Well, you know, I'm not. Can't speak for everybody else.
It's good.
So what do you do to stay away from illness on the road?
It's almost impossible, but I definitely eat healthy on the road. That's the main thing. And drink gallons and gallons and gallons of water. So it's all about sleep and, exercise when I can because, I balance it out with drinking and doing other things. So. But yeah, just staying hydrated and eating, trying to eat well.
You gotta have the fun with everything else, of course.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about balance.
What's a thing on the road that you try to search out from town to town?
Usually it's the best tacos around. That's like the lifelong goal is to find the best fish tacos in town, actually.
Ooh.
But today, that market right across the street was amazing that I walked into. The Constantino's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's the only place I've been today, and I'm about to probably go back because that's awesome. That's the kind of place I'm looking for.
Nice.
Yeah.
So who has the best fish tacos right now?
So far, anyways.
It's pretty scattered out. I had which one just the other day made it in my top 5, and it was in I wrote it down.
Take a stab at it.
I think it was in Boise. It was in Boise, yeah. That's insane to think that Boise, Idaho, with no landlocked, no water around. But it was amazing. But yes, and like in Mexico had a great one. I just sought out, they're always pretty standard and average. At one time, you get a few that stand above the rest. So
right on.
I got a top 5 list going. I'll share it when it's done.
Yeah. I want to know because I love going on the road and checking out new foods. Usually when we ask artists what foods they like to have in Kansas City, it's usually barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah. Which of course I did that yesterday. I'm from the South also, so I'm all about barbecue. So it's always a little different, Tennessee or Carolinas or Georgia or Kansas City. So
I'm on the search for a good jambalaya myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Might need to go south.
Yeah, I will go
south.
Go.
Yeah, go to New Orleans, Louisiana. Or something,
yeah. All right, so we're on the Blood for Blood tour right now, and this is probably the 4th or 5th stop.
No, it's a little more than that. It's about 2 weeks in, so it's probably the 8th or 9th, something like that. Yeah, we started on the 3rd of February to the 14th. So yeah, it's about 8 or 9, 10 stops in.
That's a lot of shows in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we try and nail them out,
And then we saw you guys last time in October out in Wichita.
Oh, Wichita, yeah. That's where we were last night, or 2 nights ago.
There you go.
Yeah. With Five Finger Death Punch and Volbeat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a killer show.
Yeah, that was a great show.
It was my birthday.
Oh, it was? Perfect.
It was great. And so going from arenas like that to this kind of show, I mean, have you played here before?
I actually have played here before, yeah. I love this theater a lot. I like when we do straight theater tours. Those all places like old theaters in every city. It's always cool to walk around rather than just like a dive bar club or a venue or not an arena, which pretty much they're all this, they're kind of all the same. But theaters, they all have their own mystique to them, and maybe they're haunted, maybe not. I don't know, but it's always good cool places to go discover. Yeah.
And what I am looking more forward to is you guys did Moth, and everyone got out their lighters and stuff. Well, it's gonna be gorgeous here.
Yeah, that's pretty. I think one of the few things that gives me chills on stage anymore is seeing something like that, and in a theater like this, it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah.
What was the first show, whether it's in this band or a previous project, that you saw your fans speak the words to the songs that you were playing, and how did you feel when that happened?
It's pretty amazing. Probably a couple bands before this band was in a band, Blood Simple. We did a lot of touring. We did a lot of touring with Mudvayne, did a lot of touring with Hellyeah, a lot of other touring for the history of this band. But it's pretty mind-blowing to see people that are just as appreciative for the music as you are, like we're giving it and they're giving it back, and it's kind of a back and forth thing. So it's pretty awesome to hear watch people singing along, like even singing louder than the vocalist is singing. I can hear them over the PA. It's pretty
stop the show kind of a moment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you gotta step outside and man, this is awesome.
Now speaking of Moth, that music video is absolutely amazing. You were part of that.
Oh yeah.
So how much creative control did you guys have in that music video?
A pretty good bit. It was actually, most of it's Chad. Like it was his whole vision, and then with the director who gave us one of the treatments, it really struck a nerve with Chad. So he actually got with Robert Sexton, who did that video, and worked well. They worked well together. Like they both had their input, and it's just about the chemistry you have with the director. Some people are just like there's like an artist, like they don't want to change, like trying to tell a musician how to write a song. But when you find someone to collaborate with, which we're actually talking to him about doing another video in the near future. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I absolutely adore that video. I wanted to ask, and this is probably just my take on it, but there were a couple different ladies in that video that were all dressed very differently. So I wanted to ask, were they meant for like different emotions of the song?
I think they just were. Yeah, one of them was actually the director's wife who was in the video, and I'm not sure how he found all the different actors for that video. So each one of them, I'm not sure how in depth his interviews were with them to find the right people, but after the final product, the final product of the video, it just worked perfect.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
Very excellent. What song would you say is your favorite to play live?
I would say be between Moth, just because of the feedback and the crowd response, and then we're actually playing, like on that last tour we played probably 3 or 4 songs off the new record. I think 3, and now we're playing an hour and a half. So we played like 75% of that record. So now it's probably, plus we mix it up, but we're playing Soul Killer, which we've never really played before. So that one's super fun. And then DMF is super fun. So those are probably the most energetic songs personally, But then Moth just kind of takes it over the top.
Which song, well actually I should go back. The first time I saw you guys was actually back in like 2010. You guys played on one of the smaller stages in Uproar.
In the summertime.
Yeah, and so it was the first time I'd ever actually found Hellyeah, and you guys played the song Hellyeah, and I was immediately drawn in. And so, off of this new record, which song do you think is going to be the crowd favorite?
After this record is out now?
Yeah.
It seems we played Blood for Blood early on. That was the first song released, the first video, so that one's most people are familiar with, at least in the beginning of touring. Now we're seeing a lot of feedback with almost every song, and we've never played, like I said, DMF and Soul Killer. Now we're kind of interchanging those, but people just freak out when they hear that song, which is cool. Those are deeper tracks, so then don't know how people are going to react to it. But it seems like every song off the new record, people are here, they have the new record. Everyone who knows the band has the new record, whether it's their first time listening to it. Some people only know this record, only know the whole history, which is great because it's like brand new faces. Then you have the old faces that have been there since the beginning, so it's a good mix.
And that's the whole point. You want to bring out new people.
You're supposed to keep building. You're supposed to do the same thing over and over and over again. You're supposed to keep getting new faces and new fans and good friends.
And how would you guys say that you try to keep up with fans? Because now, like the digital era, you don't have all the sales that you used to have.
So right, we have the sales, but we have the media, because we're all pretty heavily involved in social media. We have everyone's posting things, and we read most every message, I'm not saying we get back to every single one, but I definitely try to, it's a hard thing to do because there's a lot of random, some are just like, hey, what's up? Some people really want to know something specific about a song, or they really want to know some information, and they're very appreciative to hear the feedback. And it's not just like management running Facebook page, they're involved, but so is the whole band.
And that's awesome to see you guys so interactive with your fans.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most either heartfelt or creepiest fan interaction you've dealt with? Or both. A
lot of heartfelt. There's a few creepy. I try to stay away. Like people that want to get a bit too involved, I'm very personal. I'm wide open when it comes to playing music, but I don't want everyone knowing everything about my whole family and my family's family and everything. Although I have brothers in the business, so my family's actually pretty open with it. So I think it's just, we do meet and greets every day. So that's where the heartfelt really comes in. That's the one-on-one connection for at least 30 minutes that we definitely have that time with certain fans. Otherwise, you just run into them out on the street or at that market or whatever. But the meet and greets are probably the coolest thing because you get a few minutes with everybody, and then some people are just nervous and freaking out, can't believe it. Some people really just like thankful that we're doing that for them. And obviously, if they weren't here, we wouldn't be here either. So it's a two-way street.
So is there anybody in this industry that you get that jittery about, or you might turn total fanboy on?
Yeah, I always think not, but there's definitely been some times, and usually it's like the random things, like when you're on tour with someone, you kind of see them every day, so you kind of forget that they're who they are, But the other day it was on that Volbeat tour, and we were in Las Vegas at the Hard Rock or something. Just get off, and I'm standing by the elevator, and the elevator doors open, and then Ozzy walks off.
Oh shit.
But I mean, if we were on Ozfest or something, then I'd say, cool, you know, see them every
Right.
day. But just like that kind of random thing, that's where I get kind of speechless, and I feel like when people say dumb things to me, I get it. Because what are you gonna say? Like, oh yeah, you're awesome. And then you stop. So it's kind of a freak out, weird thing like that.
I couldn't even
But
imagine.
yeah, but it's the random things that are
Yeah.
special, not the things that you know. Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna meet him today, or he's gonna come to the show, and which is still cool. But it's the whole spur of the moment shock value kind of
Yeah.
thing to see stuff like that.
Dude. So, you know, coming up here in the future, you guys are going to go overseas and do a couple of the festivals over there.
Yeah, and actually piling up. I've seen a few more added up to it, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's going to be a solid month of mostly festivals and maybe some headline off dates or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're starting to be. It was just a few at the beginning, and now there's several last time I saw. So
We saw that you guys are going to play Download
We're
this
doing
year,
Download,
which is
yeah, which is
fucking awesome.
awesome. Yeah, it's a killer lineup. I still haven't seen the daily lineup of which one we're playing, of who's headlining and who's playing with us, but that's gonna be a good one. And there's I can't think offhand. I think Nova Rock and
Mhm.
some of the big ones in Germany. There's a lot of them that are lining up pretty well.
I wanted to ask you, because I've looked through the lineups and stuff, but the most interesting band that's added that are going to be playing with you, maybe not on the same day, but, you know, on the same
Right.
festival, is Baby Metal. Have you
Oh, I saw
heard
that.
of them?
I definitely have. I have yet to see them.
Are you
Of
excited?
course, all the footage and video footage.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Right.
it'll be the same day, so I can just actually see it with my own two eyes and see what the hell's going on.
See if it's real.
Yeah, see exactly what's up. You know, because it's a good gimmick if that's what it is. But if it's the real deal, then that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
See if they're lip syncing or not.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll find out.
So one thing we haven't seen you guys on is like World's Loudest here in the U.S. So are we going to see you in some of the U.S. festivals here this summer, or did you have to choose between?
Some of them we can't do because we're going to be overseas. But then I think we're going to go back out in mid-April to mid-May, and there's a lot of bigger festivals that are popping up.
Come to Rockfest.
Rockfest in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna be overseas.
Damn.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, none of us are happy about that because it's been a long time since anybody's played that festival in this band or previous bands.
It needs to
And that's one of the
happen.
biggest. That's one of the better ones.
It grows every year.
And for some reason we didn't play it last year, and I have no idea why. And then this year, like, we'll definitely do it this year. And then I think isn't it in June or something like that? Yeah,
It's
right
close
around.
by that.
right around
late
Download
May,
and all that stuff
early
time. Yeah.
June, yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
the
it
mud
will
will still
happen.
be there when you play. So.
Yeah.
No joke. So for this album, Blood for Blood, you guys also did a blood drive.
Yes, which just ended. Actually, I thought it ended in January, and I've seen people still doing it.
So it's like I
going on.
still seen posts about it.
I am too,
so-
yeah, which I was actually just shocked about. So either something I don't know about, or it's just still going on. But I thought it was all said and done, which was a great thing. But just as of like 2 days ago, something else happened again. So maybe it's being prolonged.
Good
Yeah,
cause.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great cause. So it's not like it needs to stop or anything. But
Can you talk about that a little bit? Like, how did it come about?
it was actually, I can't talk a whole lot about it because it was spawned from like our management. Like they pitched it to us, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, of course," And some people, I think half the band went and gave blood, half the crew or all the crew did, and then fans
Wow.
spread out worldwide, and then we all did our part to spread the word. But yeah, it's a pretty. We don't do a lot of whole like things that are like that or gimmicky or just looking for attention, but something like that all kind of people jumped on for obviously for a great cause.
Yeah.
It was something worth proving and accepting and doing it. Yeah.
Is there any sort of a charitable organization that does mean something to you that maybe you'd like to incorporate later on?
Personally, there's it's called Anasazi, and it's for teens, I don't think troubled teens, but it's like the opposite of like a rehab or a boot camp or anything. It's nature therapy is what it is,
Oh, cool.
and probably it's like outside the box kind of thinking. People, if your kids are in trouble with drugs or runaway or
Send 'em
abuse
to the woods.
or whatnot, that's exactly what it is. And it's in Arizona, it's in the desert, and that's what they do. They send them
Wow.
out for 49 days. It's pretty intense, yeah.
I would say so.
But it's like a learn on your own kind of thing, It's not someone pointing at you and teaching you and preaching to you. It's basically you figure it out for yourself.
Survival
That's the best
aspects.
way.
Right, it is, yeah. Like if you want to eat, figure it out. If you don't, then you're gonna starve, So you either figure it out for yourself, or you ask questions like, how do I do this? Like ask to be taught or learn, not just shove it down
It's
your
not just
throat.
handed to you either.
So yeah. So that's what it is, yeah.
All right. Well, just you got one more? Well, I just got one more final question. You know, after the cheating of the day, you know, you're spending time with the very beloved fans that you have and rocking out and, you know, having a couple drinks and stuff. What do you do to relax?
Usually it's the days off that I'm thankful for, because I don't do anything for that whole 12, 24 hours, whatever it is, just to regroup and, you know, go on a good food hunt or something like that. But I do try and walk out if I can find a body of water somewhere, if I can find a little bit of nature or a park or anything, just to go sit and just time to myself is what is really important, you know, because you're around thousands of people, or you're around the 20 people that you live with every day on a bus, you know, so you have to step outside the bubble every once in a while and just breathe and be appreciative for everything that you're doing and take it in, and then boom, do it again next day.
Nice. Well, note to self, if we ever catch him in Kansas City on a day off, we have to go on a nature hike.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be fucking fun.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right, Kyle, we really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
You know, and whenever you guys come back, we look forward to seeing you.
Yes, no doubt we'll be back. Always do.
Fuck yeah.
Always.
Yes.
All right.